All right, so then once you square it, you square the top, you square the bottom. So negative 9 squared is 8, yep, 81, and then 4. Thank you. And then we are going to factor. So again, I like to leave that there because I know it's just going to drop down. Now we need to know how to do this without our calculators, okay? We need to be able to add fractions. Whatever your denominator is, you have to make that your denominator for 2. Okay, so if you want your denominator to be 4, what do you have to do to 2? Okay, multiply by 4. So you should have now 89 over 4. Add the numerators, the denominator stays the same. Because you're trying to make an equivalent to 2. So what you're really doing here is if you have 2 over 1, you're multiplying the top and the bottom by 4 in order to get that equivalent denominator. Okay? So you do the 1 times 4 there, and then the 2 times 4 to get the numerator. Yeah, the 2 doesn't disappear, you're just rewriting it. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. You're just rewriting it in an equivalent way so that you can add your fractions. Because you can only add them if they have a common denominator. Okay, and then from there, we can take our square root. Again, you need to make sure you put your plus or minus on there. And just like we are able to break apart radicals with multiplication, we are also able to split division. And this is helpful because you cannot have the radical in a denominator. So this is going to simplify to the square root of 89 over, what's the square root of 4? 2. And notice I'm just going step by step here. So I'm breaking it up, I'm simplifying what I can, and then my last step is going to be to add 9 over 2 to both sides. So my final answer, I think, is 9 over 2 plus or minus root 89 over 2. So you don't want to combine these together because you have that radical. You do need to check to make sure that you can't simplify this. Okay, so can you simplify? You have to check your perfect squares. You can start from the bottom and go up until this, or you can start from the top and you can go down. I've seen teachers teach it that way to make sure you find the biggest one that goes in there. So the biggest possibility would be 81, which is 9 squared. Does that go into 89 evenly? Nope. So then we would try 8 squared. Does that go in there evenly? 7 squared. Because 49 times 2 is 98, not 89. 36. 25. 16. 9. 4. Okay, so then no. If you checked all those perfect squares that go up to the number and you can't simplify it, this is your final answer. Okay, but make sure that you are checking. Okay, you can also factor tree and do it that way. All right, for part C, they did not write this in standard form. They put the x squared second and the x term first. You do want to have this in standard form. Okay, and that ax squared plus bx equals c. And then again, make sure you are asking yourself, is the a value 1? In this case, your a value is not 1, so what do we have to do? Yep, so divide by 3, because the a value is 3. So we're going to divide everything by 3. Once you do that, everything else is going to be the same. So I'm going to have you finish that. Okay, so half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. You have x plus 3 squared equals 24. You take the square root, plus or minus. What's the perfect square in 24? Yep. So this would be 2 root 6. Your last step is to subtract 3. How did we do? How'd you guys do with your simplifying? And then your homework is on your calendar, so I will put that up.